Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I would like to talk about the difference between reactive and proactive decision making. Proactive decision making or reactions can be a keystone to healthier relationships and an overall more happy and fulfilled life. First, let's go ahead and define reactive and proactive reactions, or decision making. Reactive decision making is what the usual human behavior pattern is made of. So whenever you get triggered by someone saying something mean to you, saying something provocative to you, usually negative emotions will stir up in your body, right? And you will therefore go ahead and react in a familiar, insulting way. So someone does insult you and you go ahead, you are provoked by that behavior, and you raise your tone of voice, your argumentation line gets more hurtful, and you're trying to reflect that emotion that you are feeling right now inside yourself and trying to project it on the other person. So reactive decision making means simply you are being guided by wherever emotion is coming up inside your body right now. Proactive decision making, on the other hand, means that you first of all realize that you are being guided by negative emotions right now, and you dismantle those emotions and those provocative voices inside your head which are telling you to counter that insult and to get into a verbal or physical fight with your opponent. You dismantle them and you realize them to be not healthy to this relationship right now. So proactive decision making and reactions the first step means you realize that the enemy is actually not in front of you but within yourself. The enemy is the voices telling you to be insulted and to be insulting yourself. If you take off that responsibility from your opponent, from something exterior, and you take the full responsibility of your situation, of your actions towards yourself, you gain full power over the situation. And this is a key step into gaining power over your life and fate. So after you realize that right now the enemy inside yourself is telling you to be guided by negative emotion and to get into a fight with the person that is insulting you in any way. Maybe that person is not even insulting you consciously. Maybe he is just being frightened or being guided by negative emotions himself. He's unconscious and he's just behaving in an animal pattern of actions, right? So you take responsibility and you realize that inside yourself, you yourself, or your lower existence, your is, as Freud would call it, or your animal simple behavior is trying to tell you to get insulting, to spread out negativity into the relationship, into the world. So as soon as you become conscious of this urge inside yourself, you can then take control and act proactively. What does acting proactively effectively mean? Simply, it means breaking the pattern of negativity and untypically acting out of love or acting out of goodness. Whenever you act untypically out of goodness, you will attract even so more goodness into your life, and you will realize that some situations can all of a sudden have a good twist to it and enrichen the situation. So if you don't want to steadily argue with other people, if you don't want to have many hurt relationships inside your life, then whenever you get hurt yourself, decide to now proactively step back from the typical subconscious pattern of defending and insulting, and just do good. Practically applicated this into a situation which is getting out of control. This could mean that you lower your voice, you breathe deeply, and you remind yourself that you do not want to put further oil into the fire that is burning right now, but instead you want to wash it away with water of softness and grace. So remind yourself, how would you like to be treated right now if you are insulting someone else? Do you want the fight to escalate and the relationship to be sustainable hurt? Or do you maybe want to find a solution and better the relationship and make the relationship grow healthy for a future that is benefiting every person that is participating right now in this verbal or physical fight or engagement? Most importantly, you have to keep in mind that if you are acting proactively, if you are acting with goodness, grace, mercy and love, this will conclude in you receiving more love, goodness, grace and mercy into your life. This also consists out of the law of attraction, which you might or might not have heard of, and I will definitely do a dedicated video to it because it's one of the basic rules of life. But most importantly, you will realize the more you act good, the more goodness you will attract into your life. The simple explanation is to this, that if other people see you acting out of goodness, they will remind themselves that this is the actual best situation, that this is the feeling they are reaching for. You have to remind yourself that every person is trying to avoid pain and trying to attract goodness into their life. This is the simple rule of life. And so if you are spreading goodness instead of pain, people will be way more likely to admire you, to consult you, to search relationships and friendships towards you, and to support you whenever you may need their help in the future. So be aware of this simple rule for life and you will receive more goodness. Always remind yourself, try to act consciously, proactively, instead of subconsciously dominated by your simple emotions, your animal subconscious pattern of behavior, reactive behavior. So that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider to leave a thumbs up, a subscription, turn on the notification bell, and leave a comment with your thoughts on how to de-escalate situations and attract goodness in your life, or with your personal journey of developing your soul's calling and your life journey. Thank you very much for joining in today, and as always, do not forget to show some love.